Hey guys, we are here to take this dash out. It's broken, it doesn't work. We are not going 100 miles an hour. We are sitting still in the driveway. We're going to take this dash out. We're going to send it in to get repaired. I don't know how much fuel's in here. I don't know what the temperature is, the battery, RPMs. I don't know how many miles on this or anything. So this is, of course, the blue Tahoe, the 03. I'm going to pop this out. There's a place you can send it on eBay. I could link that in the description if you'd like. Get this repaired. Needs a new glass in it too, so we'll get all that. So I guess the first thing to do is, let's get this out of here. I know you're going to need a 7mm for the bolts, and this thing, pretty much, this pops out. We're going to replace that radio at a later time too, because they broke the little glass in it. It didn't work right. So this thing just pops right out. Now, I did bring the keys out here just because I knew this was going to be an issue. Oh, let's not start it up. I'm going to take this down so we can pop that off. Hey, we actually got a light on the dash though now. Dash gonna start working? The radio working now? Well, the display's not, but the radio's working. That's good. Well, that's okay. We're gonna get this out of here. 7mm bolts. Well, that one doesn't even have one in it. Do any of them have it in it? Webcam, I don't know. They might have disconnected it. Oh, it is connected. I guess somebody was trying to repair it here. Anyway, we'll take that out real quick. We'll take this and send it in. You can hear the vehicle running. It still does run, even though that's not in there. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get it back to get some new screws. I will have to order some of them. Hopefully I can find them. But when it comes in, we'll do another video and we'll see what's going on with the install. Hopefully we'll find out it has some good miles. Alright guys, got it back in. There's the new glass, all the new dials. We'll take that off. Let's get this plugged in. Just turn the hazards on. Get this plugged in real quick and see how many miles this has on it. I'm hoping this vehicle doesn't have a bunch of miles on it. Alright guys, got it set back up in there. The fuel gauge seems to work. The RPM gauge seems to work. Got some lights there, but you can see the transmission temperature doesn't work, which was added. Not sure if the miles per hour works, but I can tell you right now, we still don't have any miles on this thing. Let's see if we can get some more lights on it. Oh, bright light indicator works. Oil pressure gauge is off. Temperature gauge may or may not work. I don't know. It just started. And the battery gauge isn't working. So we're gonna have to send it back. But let's see if the speedometer works. Yep, it does work. So, well, we got speedometer, RPM gauge, fuel gauge, and the temperature gauge is working as well. So, we got some gauges, but we'll send it back in, or maybe I'll just order the parts and rebuild it myself. Alright guys, while shutting it off, I found that if I turn the key, that's all the way, but if I turn it just a little bit, I do get this coming on. So we'll have to figure out some other stuff. Also, if I hit this, I can see the miles, which is because 174,000 miles on. So now I will have to figure out why when I turn the ignition, all that disappears. But if I turn it just a little bit, about right there, I get this and I get the odometer. Does it work when I shift it? Oh, I can't shift it because if I turn the key, I'm able to shift it, it goes away. So I'll check the wiring, make sure the plug's plugged in all the way. Maybe we'll mess with the wiring right here on this ignition switch, and we'll figure out why I can only turn it a quarter of the way for it to work. Alright guys, checked all the wiring on the back. Still the same. Oil pressure gauge is too far, battery gauge too far, transmission gauge doesn't work at all. One thing that I did notice is if I hit this button, nothing happens. Same thing with the radio, unless, like I said, I turn it about that far. Then it's the same thing. I get all these lights and I get my miles. But if the key's all the way out, I can get my miles as well. So I'm going to say I need to mess with this ignition a little bit to get the miles to work while it's running. But the speedometer does work, RPM does work, and the fuel gauge does work. And that is what's really important. So we'll work on the rest from here. May or may not, take it out to rebuild this, or the oil, or the transmission. I'm not too worried about all that stuff. We'll go from there. But like I said, we're pretty lucky. This vehicle has 174,000 miles. That's awesome. All right, guys, we'll keep you updated on all the other stuff we do. We're going to replace this radio, which now that the radio is working, do I want to replace this radio because this has the built-in amp and the Bose system. So that's something I'll have to decide. I may pull the radio out and see if that has to do anything in the wiring, but I'm going to say not, because it seems to be in the ignition. Because if I turn past, I got my lights, as long as I don't turn past here. As soon as I turn it past the first click, that's when I lose my dash stuff. You know what? While we're out here, let's see if the actual lights work. Turn on the headlights. Hey, you know what? Oh, it's all this stuff working now. What the heck? What about if I turn my headlights off? All this is now working. What is going on here? So if I turn my ignition off, back on, it's working again. And we have lights. Everything seems to be working now except for the oil gauge, the battery gauge, and the transmission gauge. With that being said, I'm not sure what I would have to do. I guess I'd have to take it out and do the clusters on all that. I don't know if I'm going to do all that, so let's go through the screen here. Rear exit is open. We'll check that out. Odometer. Let's make sure our dash lights work as well. Turn the headlights on. Let's turn this up and down. Hey, oh, that's working. So, all that's working now. We'll keep you updated on this vehicle as we do more to it. I know we still got to do the windshield, which I'm just going to have done. I'm not going to do it. now that the radio's working fine, the only thing wrong with it is this little glass broke. I may not do it because not only does it have the built-in subwoofer in the back, it also has the Bose radio. So, I mean, if all that's working great, why replace it? So we'll do some more things. We're going to mess with these clusters maybe. And then also, I'm going to put a window motor or get it back on track. I'm not sure. I could hear the motor going down the driver's side. And then one last thing I know I'm going to have to do is wash this thing and wax it. And then, of course, pull out some dents. So we got some more things to do, but luckily this took care of a lot of it. Appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe.